Well, so we're just going to talk about some seriously striking and shocking names of certain players. So, of course, we're going to deal with that. And of course, there are high chances that Aaron Ramsdale might start against Burnley as well. So, for more and latest updates about Arsenal, stay tuned for that. And of course, stay tuned by subscribing, of course, to this channel. So, the first thing is Aidan J. Wood has actually shared a tweet which reads, it's the most simplest tweet. He says Aaron Ramsdale in the tweet with two big eyes emoji, hashtag AFC, hashtag Arsenal, hashtag Burnley Arsenal. So with this, he clearly mentions that he believes that Aidan J. Wood believes that Aaron Ramsdale is going to start against Arsenal. So unbelievable game. So let's see how things will turn out to be, and let's see how things will go on. Moving on, so Arteta has spoken about Burnley as well. He says, we know that what we are facing. The challenge is going to be big because it's one of the toughest places to go in the Premier League. We are ready for it. Let's see how things will turn out if we're actually ready for it. So certain comments of Mikel Arteta, he says, on people seeing Arsenal as a soft touch. He says, we try to change it. We know that you guys use some words that I hate to hear, but they've been used when we play this kind of opponent. Let's change it. It starts like this. Let's change the narrative and put a different one. And talking about Tomiyasu, Arteta says he's fully committed. He goes for every ball. He's reassuring. He's got a presence and he's a very honest player. And you could see the reaction and the connection he had straight away with the fans. It was very pleasing because it was so quick. Let's see how things will turn out to be once we get to see the real life Arsenal. But more importantly, what will be your playing 11 for tonight? Yeah, because it's pretty much clear from Guardian. They say that it's going to be Pope, Tarkowski, Ben-Mee, Taylor, Lowton, Westwood, Brownhill, Dwight, McNeil, Gudmundsson, Wood and Barnes will be the two strikers. So let's see how he takes it on. But talking about Arsenal's lineup, they believe it's going to be Aubameyang, Odegaard, Saka Pepe, Lokonga Partey, Tomiyasu White, Gabriel Tierney, and Aaron Ramsdale. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much the lineup that I would also agree upon. Moving on, so talking about Jeremy Alliday on Instagram, he's actually shared this image with the caption, like father, like son, hashtag Arsenal. So sharing his and his son's image wearing playing for Arsenal. So that's the real beauty of it. Jeremy Alliday shares this, and that's pretty awesome. Well, moving on, talking about the young players coming from the academy, Mikel Arteta says we have a few more coming up. I don't want to give any specific names. Per is doing an incredible amount of work. The seeds that he planted, we are now starting to see. I'm pretty much sure there are lots of wonder kids at Arsenal that really should come to the first team action as soon as possible. Maybe in a couple of years' time, I think, because these guys are really interesting. Like Charlie Patino, there's Miguel Aziz, there's Omari Hutchinson. So good. Yeah, lovely guy. Not only that, there are more, I think. So moving on, so Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and William Saliba have all been named. All three have been made. They actually made the final 40 nominees for the 2021 Golden Boy Award. Well, you can see all the names of Arsenal players. There we go: William Saliba, Saka, Reina, Martin Satriano, Luke Thomas, Thuram, Julian Timber, Florian Wirtz, Ilya Zabani, Roberto Piccoli, Pedri, Nuno Mendes, Jamal Musiala, Mudryk, Martinelli, Mambimbi, Noni Madueke, Oliron Kosunu, and of course Alex Moriba. Let's see who wins it. Still don't know who's going to win it, but let's see who's going to win it. Moving on, Aubameyang has scored 8 goals in his 7 Premier League appearances against Burnley. Did you realize? Well, actually 9. One of them was own goal, but okay. Only against Hamburg has he scored more league goals in a top flight career, 9 goals. Can he break his record today? Let's see. Moving on, so Chris Wheatley about Eddie Nketiah. He's just opened up about Eddie. I think he did last time around itself. He's actually explained that point again. He says that Eddie Nketiah was linked with a move to Crystal Palace, and I'm told there were certainly talks. There was an agreement between Arsenal and Crystal Palace, but the player failed to agree personal terms. It does look like Nketiah will be leaving next summer for free. He can sign a pre-contract agreement just like all the other players whose contracts are expiring. He can sign a pre-contract with a foreign club in January. Well, I knew this stuff, that Eddie Nketiah did not agree with the salary that Crystal Palace were providing. He would want to earn more. Probably he could negotiate that with a foreign club, and he has every right to do so. But if Nketiah would have been sold, if Nketiah would have gone, you have Lacazette, you have Aubameyang, and you could use Martinelli as one of the strikers as well. But that is really like, if Lacazette and Nketiah would have really left Arsenal in this window, we could have definitely had our future striker already at Arsenal. So we would not have to wait for a striker to come in. So I'm pretty much sure, like, yeah, whatever happened. But moving on, so Mikel Arteta via Arsenal has spoken about Ted Lasso. He says, I've been watching Ted Lasso. It has been great in tough moments because of his approach. He deals with situations with a smile and always believing. It gives you a different perspective, that there is not one way of looking at things. There are positives, negatives, and there are people who manage in a successful way to do it differently. By the way, there is a watch along for the Arsenal versus Burnley game. If you want to join in, watch the game with IG and his dad. If you want to be a part of it, it'll be really awesome. So I'd love it. I'd love to have the more viewers, the better, because not because of monetization, because live streams don't pay you much. But the best part would be that a lot of people who are probably working, or probably I actually do commentary, so you guys will definitely. I'll try my best to make it more and more entertaining as well. So let's see where that will be. Well, Giles Grimandi shares this thing. He says that a loss in LA Rams relocation lawsuit could cost the NFL more than $3 billion in damages, and that's before punitives are added. Component parts increase in franchisee value from move to LA, NFL relocation fee, and lost revenues to the city of St. Louis. And a key part of City's damages calculation is the disgorgement or return of profits unjustly conferred upon the NFL, Rams and Kroenke due to their improper conduct. See claims of unjust enrichment, fraudulent misrepresentation, and tortious interference from the city's complaint. So there you go. Looks like Kroenke is losing money. So Giles says that KSE need to raise cash and put Arsenal FC up for sale. That could be one of the ways to earn. Ladies and gentlemen. So Kroenke's might, after all, sell Arsenal if that's the case, but I don't think so that's going to be the case. But let's see. Moving on, according to Rudy Galati, he says Arsenal's interest in, actually first tweeted out that Arsenal are interested in Youssef En-Nesyri. The club has asked Sevilla for the information. The Moroccan striker, is that a Moroccan flag? My God, I don't even know which country he plays for. Oh my God. Let me just find out. Yeah, of course it's Moroccan. Thank God the flag was right. So the emoji that was used, I got confused a little. The Moroccan striker has been followed for some time by the Gunners, who have identified him as a possible offensive alternative. This was the news. He's actually replied to that tweet. He says, Arsenal's interest in En-Nesyri continues to grow. Arsenal, after asking Sevilla for information, may decide to include Lacazette in a future negotiation. Evaluations in progress. So it looks like Rudy Galati believes Arsenal are hell-bent to bring in Youssef En-Nesyri to the carpet. Would you want Youssef En-Nesyri in the carpet? Let's see. He just got a red card recently in his Champions League encounter. So moving on, let's talk about Allan Saint-Maximin, linked with Arsenal before as well. Certain Arsenal fans want him at the Emirates Stadium. So seeing the game against Leeds United, certain Arsenal fans really loved it. So here are certain Arsenal fans' comments. What do they think about Allan Saint-Maximin? He says, one of the Arsenal fans says, ASM or Allan Saint-Maximin is such a big threat. Would love him at Arsenal. Another one says, ASM to Arsenal, please. Another one says, under 50 million. Would have gotten you both ASM and Rafinha. Arsenal dropped the ball big time, man. Bad allocation of funds. Another one said, I would do anything to get ASM to the carpet. And another one said, I'd love San Maximan at Arsenal. I can't believe Pepe and ASM were bought in the same window, with the latter being almost a one-fifth of the price we paid for Pepe. Another one said, ASM is my favorite player in the league. Pure entertainment. Arsenal, please. Well, these guys are really wanting San Maximan at Arsenal. Let's see if that's going to be happening or not. It's not even in the talks, so why would... Okay, whatever. Well, with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join in for the watch along Arsenal versus Burnley, 10 minutes before the kickoff time. Cheers, I'll see you in the next one.